Ever walk into a room only to realize you're not there yet? Like, you open a door, step inside, and oops, it's just a tiny space before the actual place you wanted to be. That, my friends, is today's word of the day. Ready? Here it is. Antechamber. Let's break it down. Antechamber. Try saying it out loud. Antechamber. Sounds a bit fancy, right? But what does it mean? Well, simply put, an antechamber is a small room that leads into a bigger, more important room. It's like a waiting area before you reach the main event. Imagine you're at a concert. You pass through a small lobby before the giant theater. Congrats, you found the antechamber. Okay, let's make this more fun. Think of an antechamber as the appetizer before the main course. Or, picture a superhero's secret headquarters. Before you enter the high-tech command center, you first step into a tiny hidden room with gadgets and maybe a grumpy security guard reading a newspaper. That's the antechamber. The spot where you hang your coat, take a deep breath, or maybe glance nervously at the snacks. Here's another way to visualize it. Imagine you're visiting a haunted house with your friends. You step out of the cold night and into a little entryway. It's dim, cobwebby, and just a bit creepy. But you know, through the next door lies the really spooky stuff. Creaky floors, flickering lights, maybe a ghost or two. That first little room? Yup, that's the antechamber. The place that gets you ready for what comes next. Let me tell you a quick story. Last Halloween, I went to a super fancy costume party at my friend Sam's house. I arrived in my most ridiculous unicorn onesie, feeling both proud and slightly ridiculous. I opened the front door and stepped into a tiny room, filled with shoes, coats, and the faint smell of pizza. Suddenly, Sam's cat, dressed as a pirate, jumped out from behind a coat rack and attacked my fuzzy tail. After surviving the feline ambush, I finally made it through to the grand living room where the real party had started. That first little space? You guessed it, the antechamber. So where do antechambers show up in real life? First, in castles and palaces, where VIPs would wait before seeing the king or queen. Second, in science labs or hospitals, you'll find antechambers as clean rooms before you enter super sterile areas. And finally, even at school, you might find a tiny office before the principal's big office. That's an antechamber too. Alright, quick recap. An antechamber is a small room that leads into a bigger, more important room. Next time you step into an entryway, you'll know exactly what to call it. If you enjoyed learning today's word, hit that like button, subscribe, and join me tomorrow for another word of the day. Trust me, you'll never look at doorways the same way again.